I've heard so many different opinions as well around yoga. Can it really be Christian? I think the simple answer is to ask the Father yourself. Just learn to discern the frequency on things. And then when you've spent time with Jesus, the truth, you know the frequency of truth, and then you can make a decision. And if you're ever concerned, just go to the Father and ask him. Now, when it comes to things, some people talk about, well, there's a righteous real of all things which are counterfeited or whatever. Personally, I've never done yoga, never had any desire to do anything like that. But I do believe that you should look at who's doing anything, whether it's any sort of healing, whether it be laying on of hands or anything like that. You should be looking at the heart of the person doing it, the motive that they're doing it, and what is the philosophy that's behind them doing it. And if someone is, in a sense, yoga as an stretching exercise or a place where you can just find a quiet place, and they're doing it from a Christian perspective, then I don't see anything wrong with that per se, but I would always still check it out. It's like, did stretching belong to God first? Some of it has been associated with a lot of Eastern religious practices and other things. And I would always center on Jesus or the Father whenever I was doing any type of meditative type thing. Meditation in itself, again, is a neutral thing, but it can be dangerous if you open up your mind and invite anything to come in, or it can be very positive when you're fixing your thoughts and focusing your attention on Jesus, learning to come to a place of rest, enjoying that rest because your mind is filled and focused, not empty, looking to be filled. So I would encourage you, not to just judge anything on the surface, not just to listen to what anyone else says, but come to your own conclusion. I don't believe anything like yoga or anything like that is not of God, in a sense, because what are you saying? It's not of God. Well, okay, but God can use anything, and I'm sure that the Father would use anything to reach people, but that doesn't mean that you should get involved with it unless you really feel comfortable, and you really feel that you're at peace and rest over the decision you're making. But if the practitioner is clearly not a Christian and as suspect in their philosophies, then I wouldn't have anything to do with it. But again, the frequency on it is really, I think, what you can learn to discern. And that goes across the board on anything. There are a lot of people who say they're Christians. What does that mean? And again, I would ask questions. Christian yoga, what do you mean by Christian yoga? What sort of Christian are you? What is your motive for doing this? Why are you doing it? Just ask questions if you're unsure. And I think you'll find that you can come to a place of peace and rest, but don't just dismiss something because people say it's not of God. A lot of people would say a lot of things are not of God, which clearly are. So I hope that's give you some sort of insight. But as you build your relationship with Jesus, the truth, you'll find the way, the truth, and the life are much easier to discern along your journey. Hi, everyone. We're starting a Patreon page, patreon.com/freedomarc. And we would like to invite you to partner with us in taking the message of God's unconditional love, limitless grace, triumphant mercy to a bigger global audience.